Our favorite hashtag, do not comply. The Daily Mojo.
The woman who was on the aeroplane and freaked out because she saw a dude who
wasn't real.
Kept saying wasn't real.
Yeah.
If you let's see, is this
Ow! That mother back there is not real.
that was the guy. By the way, that's from the Atozi. Atozi actually did a really good bit on the woman screaming on the plane that she's now missing. Although we don't know what the hell missing means. Does that mean we just, as we look for her, you or I, we don't know where she is? Who the hell knows what missing means? But they say she's missing. And the really weird part, though, is the dude who was in the hoodie apparently made a video himself. I said this last week. I said, why haven't we heard from the dude, from Lizard Dude?
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's a piece on Atozi's little YouTube channel here where he has another guy, because there's several people. Everybody's now taking off their vacuum hat. Now we don't use the word, we use the word vacuum now for the jab.
Oh, yeah.
Because otherwise we get schwacked. Everyone's taken off their vacuum hat and is now an expert on people who are on drugs on planes and all of that. So this Atozi has several people who have made comments about the woman on the plane.
Terminal were on the tarmac about to leave when she, like an AirPod fell out, and she accused the man sitting next to her who was of stealing her AirPods.
All right, so she says that woman says it was because, her AirPod fell out and she accused the guy sitting next to her of stealing the AirPod. Then there was another dude. Oh, this woman.
Medication this was, but I do feel like it was for anxiety. And I do feel she had some type of alcoholic beverage. So I feel like the combination made her more aware and receptive towards spirit. When you drink, it is called spirits. Therefore, when you drink, you are more susceptible to seeing apparitions of spirit.
TikTok. What the hell was that?
When you drink, you're more susceptible to seeing apparitions
of spirits.
Well,
yeah,
she called it apparitions of spirit.
Yeah.
Right. Then that's why I guess they called spirits. And then there was another dude who was apparently on the plane and made the comment that hoodie dude, he's been identified as the not real MFer, not human.
Yeah.
That he looked at somebody and winked, but then when he winked, it was the click, click from the side.
Yeah.
That he click, click. And it has to make that clicking sound too. Click, click. So everybody's got their 2 cents worth in. We finally found the dude, I believe.
The hoodie dude.
Who,
yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know if it's him or not. Honestly, it could be. It might not be. You be the judge. Here is the self-described hoodie dude on board the airplane, and a little bit of the woman's freaking out before he tells his side of the story.
All right, so the internet has heard the story of the woman on the plane with the reptilians. But thanks to her delaying the flight, I just got home, so now it's my opportunity to tell my side of the story as the guy in the hoodie. So we're attempting to fly out of Dallas, Fort Worth, and then basically this woman, she sits next to me and she's clearly been drinking. I'm minding my own business, and sure enough, she sees my hoodie that has this Freemason logo on it. And on top of that, she noticed my ring, so she started to ask questions. Nothing dramatic, just asked me, do I know what these symbols mean? Why am I wearing it? What's the purpose? Yada, yada, yada. And long story short, I basically just say, hey, I'm a Freemason. I even briefly explained how I educate about Freemasonry here on TikTok. Next thing I know, she basically starts to grill me about low-level Freemason and that it's all Satanism and that it's ruled by reptilians and blah, blah, blah. So I simply put my hood up and I started to ignore her and basically just mind my own business. She starts getting louder and louder, and then basically she's like, you know that they worship Lucifer at the top, right? So I looked at her dead in her eyes and I said, I am Lucifer. I heard one individual laugh behind me, so I figured somebody got a kick out of it at least. She starts running up and down the aisles, freaking out, saying I'm a reptilian, and then all this other stuff. She's going to get off the plane, yada, yada, yada.
Okay, I wanted to because he winked at the dude. And the reason I wanted to point that out is because of the other guy saying that the dude turned around and winked at him. But when he winked, it wasn't like up and down, like the vertical wink. It was the horizontal wink, like a... And do reptilians blink from the side?
I don't know. Everything I've seen in the movies shows them.
Well, I mean,
blinking from
just
the side
all you got to do is how many times have you seen a lizard in your backyard? Did they blink from the side?
I don't. I don't know. I don't.
All right.
I don't know that I've looked at a lizard blinking. I'm just not sure.
Okay. But that's what a reptilian would be, is a lizard. So he says that he winks at a person, and then we have the other dude that he winks at saying that he winked horizontally instead of vertically, and he is a Freemason. When we know that, I mean, I think we all know the story of the Freemasons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think you do. Here's the rest of the Hoodie Dude's story.
Show all the footage. It just says that she's trying to get off the plane because of, I'm not going to say it here on TikTok. I don't want to get banned. But then also talking about how, like, I'm secretly also trying to take over the world. So I looked back at the guy that was basically chuckling before, and I winked at him. So I basically whispered something under my breath saying that, Freemasons don't care to rule the world. We rule the universe. And I looked back at the guy that was laughing before and just kind of winked at him because he started laughing again. Well, I didn't think that she could hear me, but evidently she did, and it actually escalated it even further, and then they delayed the flight, and so on and so forth. So moral of the story, don't believe everything you hear on the internet. And Freemasons don't care to rule the world when we rule the universe.
Wow.
So, if you believe that is Hoodie Dude, then that's the explanation for the freak out. That he, some chicks can't handle the truth. She couldn't handle the truth.
But if she was on meds and or drinking, and she sounded, I mean, her speech
she didn't
pattern
sound drunk.
was,
You said last week that she didn't sound drunk.
No, I said her speech pattern was odd. She almost sounded like she was out of breath. And maybe she was out of breath.
She was freaked out.
She was freaked out. Yeah.
Maybe dude was a reptilian. He never said he wasn't. Did he? He simply said he was a Freemason.
No, he said he
didn't
was
say
Lucifer.
He wasn't. Again, if that's the truth, well, you'd think we'd know if somebody was Lucifer walking amongst us. He wouldn't be able to keep that a secret. What if he's not what if he is Lucifer and he just said, I'm Lucifer? Right there in plain sight. And I mean, that's the thing about, people are always saying, well, if there were aliens, that would be the hardest secret to keep. You couldn't, the government couldn't keep it secret. They're not keeping it secret.
This will all be speculation until that woman sits in front of a camera and we get to hear from her directly.
Well, and even then, if she says, well, yeah, he said he was Satan and then his, fire came out of his eyeballs or his ears or whatever.
Or
and even if he
his
stood
forked
up,
tongue
maybe
licked
that.
my face or something.
What if he said, what if in fact he stood up in that video and held his hands apart and you saw plasma going from palm to palm. You go, well, that's a special effect.
Yeah.
Anybody can do that. And even if he stood in front of you and did that, you go, well, that's cool. Wonder where he's hiding the trick.
That's a neat
My
magic
point
trick,
is, it doesn't matter what we see. We're never going to believe what we're not going to believe. You can have all the proof in the world, but you're never going to believe what you don't want to believe. Other Brad Staggs said, according to the documentary, the film Men in Black, they do wink sideways because they are gills for breathing. I'd forgotten about that. Thank you. So they are telling us what they are. He may have been telling her he was Satan. He may be Satan. I don't know that guy. Do you? Never seen him before. Maybe he is. Maybe he isn't.
I don't know. I couldn't see his face for all the freaking ink on it.
He did have a lot of ink. And here's the other thing. You would think that somebody who is a Freemason and possibly Satan would know how to hit the little button on whatever camera or app they're using to reverse the damn video so it's not backwards.
Oh, yeah.
Because his face spells restless.
No, I get that, but it's backwards.
Spelled backwards.
But it's, and sometimes the app doesn't give you that capability.
I have never once had any app not give me the ability to spit out a video that was correctly oriented. TikTok, you're saying doesn't give you the...
I don't think so. I don't think you can reverse it. When you go to the front camera, I don't think you can reverse it. You can go to the other camera, but I don't think TikTok automatically reverses it like if you just use your iPhone camera. It automatically flips it when you come to your face and it puts it in the correct orientation. But I don't think TikTok does. There are too many out there
that are backwards?
That are backwards, yeah. Well, you have TikTok. Go test it.
You still afraid to touch it?
I don't have TikTok.
Ron is... full disclosure, Ron had a little problem. He had a little problem in the past with TikTok and had to... good for you. How many days sober are we?
Dude.
How many days sober are we?
Probably 100. I don't know, somewhere. It's been a while.
Do you get your chip? You have to go to TikTok Anonymous.
Let's not make fun of people getting their chips when they're sober. Come on.
I'm not making fun of them. I ask you if
you're making fun of me.
I'm making fun of you getting your chip, whether or not you've got your TikTok chip.
Oh my God.
I thought Hoodie Dude didn't have a tattooed face. 6% Cisse Podway says.
The one that we saw in the video, I don't remember seeing tattoos in it. When we first started watching it and people were showing us that video.
That's because, and I read somewhere else that wasn't the same plane, so that wasn't actually Hoodie Dude.
Okay, well, he's still calling himself Hoodie Dude, though.
But this is the actual Hoodie Dude. If that's the hoodie he was wearing, remember the hoodie that we saw was green.
Yes.
This is not it doesn't appear to be a green hoodie. It may just be showing up colored differently. I don't know. But who knows? That's the problem with the interweb. You don't know what to believe and what not to believe. Wade Robertson says, Real Ron Phillips, do you think Satan would fly on regular commercial airlines? That MFR is flying private. That's a good point. Well, no, because if you fly private as Satan, you cannot influence humans. Why would you fly? You would want to get there in the middle of everybody. You'd want to be in the middle of the action so you could have the most effect on humans as you possibly could. I mean, that's logic. Why would you fly? Just like Jesus, when he comes back, would be hanging out in bars.
Where political correctness...
Joey, you ever seen a grown man naked?
...comes to die. Watch and listen at thedailymojo.com.